Hola a todos, aquí Eruen, estamos en Regreso al futuro. Vamos a empezar el episodio 5, que ya es el último de la serie. Y bueno, vamos a ver, se llama Out of Time, o vendría a ser sin tiempo, o fuera de tiempo, o algo así. En traducción, bueno, es lo que pone en la matrícula del DeLorean. Y bueno, vamos a ver, estamos en casa de Emmet. Que habíamos venido a arreglar el coche cohete este que teníamos preparado. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué está pasando aquí? Dios, Martí. The fuck?
Hello?
Marty, you're awake. Good.
Doc. Emmett, where are you?
I'm down at the expo. I snuck out early to avoid my pop. If he knew I was about to make a publicly scientific spectacle of myself, he'd hit the roof.
Why didn't you wake me up?
I tried to give you a nudge before I left, but you were practically comatose. How long has it been since you slept?
Aside from being knocked unconscious, I'm not really sure.
Anyway, I left you back at the lab to perform an important mission. On the table next to my law books, there's a device plugged into the wall.
Oh,
I think I see it.
Is it glowing?
Yeah, is that good?
Good. It's fantastic. Glowing means my static accumulator is charged up and ready for action. Bring it down to the high school and we'll... Damn.
What?
It's Edna.
But...
lol. On your
Okay,
legs.
Emmett, one static accumulator coming up.
Pedazo de cacharro, ¿no? Es como un matamoscas gigante. ¡Hostia!
Jeez, Doc. Watch out, you almost ran me over.
Sorry about that, Martin. This vehicle is sometimes difficult to control.
Sí, claro.
Yeah. Hey, are you okay? After that argument about Emmett last night,
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Está raro.
So, how are the time circuits?
Still broken. I've got a few ideas, but I'm occupied with other problems today. So is that what I'm destined to build for the expo?
Yeah, it's a static accumulator. Emmett spent all night building it. Turned out he didn't really need to see Frankenstein after all. He just needed a little push. And some lightning.
Fascinating. I also had an epiphany last night.
Doc?
I realized that it wasn't Edna that made my life miserable.
Doc!
It was science.
¿Qué cojones?
You can't give up science. You love science.
Correction. My younger self loves science. But if Emmett doesn't go through with a demonstration at the expo, his dreams of being a scientist will dim
loco.
just enough for Edna to step back into his life and steer him down another path.
Another path? What other path?
I don't know. Architecture, automobile repair, taxidermy. Maybe I'll even pursue a life in law like my father always wanted. As long as Emmett steers clear of science, Edna and I will be free to be happy together.
You can't want Emmett back with Edna. She used you to turn Hill Valley into a police state.
She used my science to turn Hill Valley into a police state. But if I don't become a scientist, she'll never get the chance to vent her crazy ambitions.
Es chungo todo,
Doc,
coño.
I'm begging you. You haven't thought this through.
Haven't I? I guess we'll both find out. One thing's for sure, Emmett Brown's life will be a whole lot less complicated without a time machine in it.
No.
Chispazo.
What the hell?
¿Qué cojones? ¿Dónde ha ido el cacharro y Doc?
Where'd it go?
Se oye por aquí.
Oh, come on.
Es lo que usa para levitar, ¿no? A ver, ¿tengo algo para cogerlo o no? No tengo nada. Oye, ¿y las algas qué pasa con ellas?
Here, little static thingy.
Roll. A ver si puedo coger esto.
Gotcha.
I believe I can fly. Madre mía. Tela, ¿eh? Hombre, vemos por fin la exposición. Ya era hora.
The future is coming today. There's a shiny new tomorrow on the way.
Pero no había expulsado a Trixie.
Invention is at hand. It's a mystic, futuristic wonderland. Just around the bend, my friend, you'll see a dream or two. If you care to dream and dare to dream, your dreams can all come true. There's a world of wondrous wonder on display. Because the
Ese es el tío que hizo la alga.
coming today.
Normal que sea tan borde.
Not bad, eh? Not bad at all, but I thought you fired her. I
Eso digo yo.
found a loophole. What kind of loophole?
Just a loophole. You're not the only one who's allowed to have secrets, you know.
All right, all right.
Say, don't you have to get that whatchamacallit to Emmett Brown's booth?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
Because the future is coming. It's almost here now. The future is coming. It's getting clear now. The future is coming today.
Y esto lo veo un poco pequeño. Para poner el coche volador. A ver, Artur.
Hey, Artie,
What do you think? Quite a setup, huh?
the expo? Sure, but I was wondering. You haven't seen Emmett Brown, have you?
Isn't he at his booth? It's the tall one over there.
Come on, you can tell me. How did you manage to get Trixie her job back? I thought her being Canadian was a deal breaker.
If something's really important to you, you find a way. You ought to know that.
Ahí hubo
Sí,
un tejemaneje raro. Tortas de alga.
How about an algae cake?
Sure thing, mister.
Wait a minute, you're the guy that makes the algae cakes? What? I thought you couldn't stand them.
Hey, you're the guy that tried to pick up on my Eunice.
Oh, for the love of...
No algae cakes for you, Buster.
Se rancio, tío.
How about an algae cake?
One algae cake coming right ahead. Hey, wait a minute. It's you. Forget it, mister.
Enlightenment awaits you.
Experience the wonder of the continuo phone. Well, it's already got me wondering how the heck to pronounce it. Insert ticket to enter.
You are going to need a ticket.
A ver, dime.
Enlightenment awaits
Excuse me, Mr.
Duto, Jacques Duto, at your service.
Could I get a ride in that bathysphere?
Certainement, if you got a ticket.
Jacques Duteau, famous diver. So you're some kind of celebrity?
I do not like to brag, but I have a small following, yes.
I guess people are always bugging you for autographs, huh? Asking you to tell them stories about your adventures and stuff.
It gets a bit old, but I can always retreat to the depths. The fish are much less demanding.
Está
See you
estresado,
around.
hombre. No puedo entrar por ahí. ¿Esto es un reloj, en serio?
I think that's supposed to be a clock.
Vamos a hablar con Trixie, a
And
ver.
here he comes,
Lol.
right on cue. No doubt he'll try to talk you out of it, Detective, but you mustn't let your resolution waver.
Hello, Corleone.
What's going on here?
Well, Miss Strickland here seems to think,
You should step aside and let the officer do his duty. Now.
Ya la está liando esta.
Wait a minute, that's Emmett's levitator up there.
Oh, don't be so modest. I'd say you deserve at least half the credit. It was you who tricked poor Emmett into breaking up with me. It was you who manipulated him into dropping my project in favor of this clear hazard to public safety.
It was my plan to get him back to inventing what he should be inventing. What's your point?
Oh, I think you know exactly what my point is. Emmett's invention isn't going to work, is it? At least not the way poor Emmett thinks it is.
How do you know this?
I had a very interesting chat with Carl Sagan last night. I found out who Michael Corleone really is, and where he comes from.
Is there something you want to tell me, Michael?
Why don't you call him by his real name? Yakov Smirnov.
Thanks a lot, Doc.
An anarchist! A foreign agitator bent on sowing chaos and destruction in the Hill Valley Expo!
Annie, you don't believe any of this bullshit, do you?
Sorry, Yakov, but I really don't have a choice.
Very good.
Lol.
And now, arrest this subversive.
Come here.
¿Por qué todo tan raro?
Here's the thing. I happen to believe this dame's got a screw loose. She's been getting some clout in town, ever since that business with Kid Tannen.
But Emmett's gotta fly that electrokinetic levitator at this demo. His whole future depends on it.
And my future depends on making sure he doesn't. The chief reads her column religiously. Well, if I don't do what she says, she's gonna start a campaign to have certain tainted officers removed from the force.
Vaya hombre.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Not unless you've got some dirt on Edna. Something that'll discredit her in the eyes of the law. Well?
I'll dig something up.
You do that. In the meantime, you and young Mr. Brown better... where is he anyway?
Wait, you haven't seen him?
Emmett? Has this foreign radical done something to my Emmett?
Maybe you should find him.
Nadie sabe dónde está.
Oh, you're letting him go? This radical subversive? Just like that?
Okay, so I gotta find Emmett. And do something about Edna.
Uf.
I can't believe Danny let himself get bullied into shutting down Emmett's booth.
¿Cómo fue subir? Igual usando el acumulador.
I'm only giving this to Emmett.
Ah, vale.
Come on, Emmett, where are you?
Tienen que dar la conferencia.
Welcome to the phone booth of the future, made with Atlas glass. Atlas, unbreakable and soundproof. Our phone is hands-free, so you can enjoy a sandwich or a cigarette while chatting with friends in perfect privacy. Would you like to place a call?
Yes, I'd like to talk to...
Unfortunately, this phone booth only accepts incoming calls.
Coño, qué oportuno. KL4253. A ver.
Hi, Trixie.
That's techni to you, kiddo.
Right. Congratulations on getting the old job back.
Thanks. Justice triumphs in the end, you know? Now what can I do you for?
You seen Emmett around? I'm kind of worried that he's not at his booth.
Let me think. Yeah. He wandered down that way a little while ago. He was talking real intense with another guy.
Older guy? Looked a lot like Emmett in the face?
Yeah. Uncle or something?
Or something.
O algo.
Look, Emmett's demonstration has hit a snag or two. Can you delay his act for a while? Let someone else go before him?
Sorry, I don't set the roster, and they won't let me change it. I can drag my feet a little, but if your friend's not ready to go on pretty soon, we might have to skip his act. I mean, demonstration.
Madre mía.
But you can't.
Hey, it's just a science demo. It ain't a matter of life and death.
What time is Emmett supposed to go on?
A ver si me dice algo.
Let's see, 8 kilobeats past 50.
What?
We're on metric time here at the Hill Valley Expo.
Edna Strickland is trying to get Emmett's booth shut down.
That dame don't know how to mind her own business, does she?
La verdad es que no.
Is there anything you can do to get Emmett's booth open again?
I wish there was, but I'm just a muse. All we can do is inspire people.
Inspírame, musa.
Okay, you're a muse. Can you inspire me an idea?
I'll try. Well?
Maybe it doesn't take effect right away. Already told me how you managed to get your old job back.
He did? But it was supposed to be a secret.
There's no secrets between us. He couldn't resist telling such a good story.
Yeah?
Still, I'd like to hear it again, from your point of view.
He didn't tell you anything.
Come on, Trixie. I'm dying to know how you got the job back.
You won't hear it from me. I don't talk out of turn.
Seguro que hizo un trabajito.
So, which exhibits do you recommend?
The most popular attractions are the Glass House, the Future Furnishings, and of course, Enlightenment Under the Sea. You know who that is under the diving helmet? That's Jacques Cousteau himself.
Mira, ya justo.
Of course, you need to get tickets if you want to see the main attractions.
How much are tickets?
Aw, put your money away. Here.
Muchas
Kinda
gracias.
like family now, you know?
Thanks. Thanks.
Happy to help.
Thanks. Oh, una radio con imágenes.
Are you ready for a picture radio? Wonder if that's anything like MTV.
Las fotos de Muybridge.
A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement? A potted plant? What's this got to do with law enforcement? It's
Un micro.
No, a plant. But it's got a wire recorder hidden inside, see? If we could have got one of these into Tannen's speakeasy, and if he's the kind of guy who talks to plants, we could have busted him a lot earlier.
Todo loco.
Shh, he's approaching.
The electro pacifier.
Amazing, isn't it? They say one day we'll be able to stun fleeing criminals by shocking them at a distance.
Does it work?
Nah, it's just a model.
Además que se nota que el plastiquete.
Danny, can I talk to Edna for a minute?
Be my guest. I'd like a couple minutes of quiet.
Está hasta la polla ya de.
What's this about?
Why'd you go and get Emmett's invention sealed up like that?
I had no choice. Once Mr. Sagan told me about your attempts to radicalize my poor Emmett, I knew I had to stop him from going through with your dangerous invention.
But it's his invention, and it's not dangerous. Okay, maybe it's a little dangerous, but only to him.
That's for the authorities to decide.
Any chance you could talk Parker into letting Emmett go ahead with his demonstration?
None whatsoever. And as long as I'm here, that contraption of yours is grounded.
I know your deep, dark secret.
Dun, dun.
Secret? What secret?
You know, what you were whispering about with Carl Sagan yesterday.
You overheard?
Sure I did. And you did a really lousy job at, burying the body.
Oh, you didn't hear a thing. What I was
inventa,
talking
cabrón.
about with Carl Sagan is between me and Carl Sagan.
What'd you do with Emmett, Edna?
What are you talking about? You're the one who's trying to ruin his life.
Believe it or not, I'm the one trying to save it.
From what?
From you, mostly. You really don't know where Emmett is?
I haven't the foggiest. If he's smart, he's run far away from whatever dangerous shenanigans you talked him into perpetrating today.
Shenanigans? Why are you still involved in Emmett's life? I thought you broke up with him.
I did, but then your friend Mr. Sagan told me about your scheme to interfere with our romance. Not a very nice thing to do, Comrade Smirnov.
Have you seen Mr. Sagan around here anywhere?
No, and I wouldn't tell you if I had. He's more than a little scared of your anarchistic tendencies.
Did you see? Trixie Trotter got her old job back.
Oh, I know! I tried to have it out with Arthur McFly, but he refuses to explain himself. Apparently, he discovered some sort of loophole that allows that Canadian to retain her position. Well, the Ladies' Decency Society shall hear about this. Make no mistake.
Why is Parker so willing to do your bidding?
Well, the good detective knows that he owes his current rise through the ranks to my reporting on his behalf.
Oh.
He also knows that I could just as easily pen an expose about his previous nights of drunken
Cabrona.
debauchery and evidence tampering.
You're blackmailing him?
Reporters don't blackmail, Mr. Smirnoff. We look out for the public interest.
Un poco chantajista, la verdad.
Okay, this is pointless. I've got to find Emmett.
Stay away from him, you anarchist hooligan.
Dan ganas de patearle un poco, ¿eh?
Enlightenment awaits you under the sea.
Here's my ticket. Give me a ride in that thing.
Thank you, monsieur. I hope you will find your trip to the bottom of the sea less enlightening.
A ver, la batisfera esta. Un batiscafo. Entonces en Bioshock lo de batisfera está mal traducido, ¿no? ¿Ya está?
Well,
Heavy.
monsieur has a way with words.
Those look like the controls to raise and lower the whatchamacallit.
Enlightenment awaits you.
Pero debe haberse visto algo, ¿no? No sé.
How about an algae king?
One
No me
algae
dará
cake
nada,
coming
¿no?
right ahead. Hey, wait a minute. It's you. Forget it, mister.
¿Por qué no me quiere dar?
Hey, Artie. Is there any way you can delay Emmett's demo? He ran into some last-minute turbulence.
Emmett's already pushed his luck by substituting this electrokinetic what's-this for the mental alignment
Vaya
meter
hombre.
he was supposed to be showing. I can't alter his place on the roster, too. The board would get the idea I was showing favoritism.
Edna Strickland got Officer Parker to close Emmett's booth down.
What? Why?
She claims his invention is dangerous.
Is it?
That's not the point. Is there anything you could do to get Emmett's booth reopened?
I am afraid not. This may be a wondrous land of tomorrow, but it's still within the jurisdiction of the Hill Valley Police Force. Maybe you should talk to Officer Parker.
Vaya hombre.
He says there's nothing he can do as long as Edna's got clout in Hill Valley.
She does have that.
Have you seen Emmett? He isn't at his booth.
Odd. Well, he hasn't left the hall. I would have seen him. I'm sure he's around
Estará
here
en la casa de
somewhere.
cristal o algo de eso.
You sure you can't just push Emmett's slot back a little?
I could eliminate it altogether. Would that work for you?
Nope.
What?
I was just remembering a time when you refused to take me to the zoo.
Huh?
Nothing.
Hmm.
See you around.
A ver si puedo entrar.
No one in here.
Vaya hombre. Pues la del futuro, seguro. Muebles del futuro, venga, vamos.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow, where a man's home is truly his castle. Here, gratification is just always a push of a button away.
¿Se parece la foto, a la planta a la de la comisaría?
This plant doesn't belong here. There's nothing futuristic about it. A fully equipped home entertainment center.
Sí.
So, where's the ColecoVision?
Falta la consola.
In the house of the future, phone conversations will be completed
Lol.
in the privacy of the personal phone helmet.
Hey!
Please recite the phone number you wish to dial, or say hang up to terminate your phone
Qué
helmet
práctico.
experience.
Klondike 4253.
Hill Valley Expo Expo, where the future is coming today. This is Techni News of Progress. To whom am I speaking?
Hi, Trixie. It's me, Michael.
Oh, hi. What can I do for you?
Oh, nothing. I was just checking out this snazzy phone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Conversation terminated.
Greetings again, mortals. This is Techni
Va a empezar la
News
primera.
of Progress. Hoping you're all having a swell time taking in all the exhibits. Don't forget, you can purchase tickets to our main attractions right here at the information booth.
Oh. Esto sí salía en la segunda película.
Ah, it's wax.
¿Qué es esto?
Chinese checkers and everything.
Vamos a ir. Espera, por aquí hay algo. Vamos a ir a cambiar la planta de... Es que es igualita. Ni saco Oscar, tío.
Now, can you please leave me alone to do my job?
In a minute, I'm not quite through yet.
Esto no sé si tengo que usarlo con esto.
Well, recording Edna on the plan is a great idea, but I probably should be a little more subtle about it.
Deberé ponerla allí.
Where were we?
Vamos para adentro.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow, where a man's home is truly his castle. Here, gratification is just always a push of a button away.
No me deja ponerla.
Nah. I don't think so. Maybe not.
Qué raro.
In the house of the future, phone conversations will be completed in the privacy of the personal phone helmet.
Please recite the phone number you wish to experience.
Vale.
Klondike 4385.
Brown residence.
Hey, Hampton. How's it hanging? This is Marty, Emmett's friend. Is he there?
Not at the moment. I'm afraid he's off on one of his little adventures.
Joder.
Thanks.
Parece
Bye.
Vincent Price.
Farewell.
Conversation terminated.
Vamos a llamar otra vez a la cabina del futuro.
In the house of the future,
Please experience.
Klondike 4253.
Hill Valley Expo, Techni speaking. Who's this?
This is Carl Sagan.
LOL.
Ooh, the mysterious Mr. Sagan. What do you want?
Can you put Edna Strickland on the phone for me?
Sure thing, Mr. Sagan.
Imitando la voz.
Hey, Strickland! Somebody actually wants to talk to you.
Mr. Sagan, I didn't expect to hear from you again till after the expo.
You didn't?
Yes, wasn't that part of our plan?
Yes, our plan. About that plan. are you saying all those terrible things about Emmett's friend?
Young comrade Smirnov, you were the one who told me about his vile deeds.
I'm a little unclear on the details of our plan.
Unclear? But it's your plan.
I mean, I'm worried that you're a little unclear on the details.
What details? All I'm supposed to do is use my poll with Detective Parker to get Emmett's demonstration cancelled while you keep Emmett distracted.
Qué raro
You
todo.
are keeping him distracted, aren't you?
Oh yes, he's a very distractible young man.
That's what I keep telling everyone.
There's been a change of plan.
What?
Yes, I've changed my mind. I think we should let Emmett go through with his demonstration.
But you told me it could be dangerous, and that Yakov Smirnov was a foreign agitator, that the only way I could get Emmett back would be to scoop him up after his dreams were shattered, and so on and so forth.
I said a lot of things, but I was a little crazy at the time. The important thing is, now I think you should let Emmett go ahead with his little demonstration.
Y se lo cree la tía.
I get it.
What?
It's Comrade Smirnov, isn't it? He's gotten to you.
No! I really want Emmett to go ahead with his demo.
Don't worry, Carl. You can count on me.
I seem to have momentarily lost track of Emmett. Do you have any idea where I might find him?
You lost him? You were supposed to keep him distracted.
Oh,
I'm disappointed.
He's just wandered off.
Well, go look for him. I've got my hands full with Parker.
Edna, listen to me. You have to let Emmett go through with his demonstration.
Smirnov's listening, isn't he?
No, listen.
Listen, Smirnov. I don't know what you're holding over Mr. Sagan, but there's no way I'm ever letting that contraption you've talked my Emmett into building get off the ground.
Regarding, you know what?
You know what?
The little matter we were whispering about yesterday.
Oh, that! As a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought it up. I was thinking, wouldn't it be a good idea to pin it all on Yakov Smirnov?
¿Qué habrá hecho esta?
Pin what on him exactly?
You know, it! Oh, I get it. You're still sore about going to jail. Well, that was the dog's fault. If he hadn't come glumping up to me right after I started the fire, I could have gotten clean away.
Fue ella la que le
and I
pegó
never
fuego
would
al
have had
bar.
to divert suspicion to you.
She's the speakeasy arsonist.
Carl, is somebody with you?
No, it's just you and me. So, I don't mean to pry, but why did you burn down all those speakeasies?
Why? Because no one else was doing anything about them.
Vale, ya sé lo que tengo
We
que
should
hacer.
probably get back to the plan.
Yes, we should. Goodbye, Mr. Sagan.
Goodbye.
Si pongo la planta,
Conversation terminated.
si pongo la planta allí en la cabina, vamos a probar. Espero que no me cambie el número otra vez. Vamos a probar. Vamos. Para que grabe lo que diga. Efectivamente.
Okay, call me a snoop.
Son un poco de plastiquete, ¿no? Vamos a ver. Vamos a llamarla de nuevo. Menos mal que tengo diques infinitos.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow, where a man's home is truly his castle. Here, gratification is just always.
Hala.
In the house of the future, phone conversations will be completed in the privacy of the personal phone helmet.
Please recite the phone number you wish to dial, or say hang up to terminate your phone helmet experience.
Klondike 4253.
Jeez, always with the phones.
Ya está el moño.
It's me, Carl.
Oh, hi, Mr. Sagan. What can I do for you?
Can you get Edna on the phone for me again?
You got it, Mr. Sagan. Hey, Your Highness!
Su Alteza. Que se lo tiene muy creído.
Mr. Sagan, you really have to stop calling me like this. I've got to keep all of my attention on Detective Parker.
Yes, yes, of course. I've just got a couple more questions. You know,
I don't think I ever asked you why you burned down all those speakeasies.
Why? Because no one else was doing anything about them. Every night they'd open up their doors serving illegal drinks and loose women, flaunting their depravity to the world, and the authorities did nothing. So I did what any right-thinking, rock-willed woman would do. I took action. Oh, and such a gorgeous action it was, too. The fires were so beautiful.
Una pirómana.
The alcohol made
Está
them go
loca.
up in such pretty blue flames. Oh, where was I?
You were
Se
explaining
le va la olla.
why you burned down the speakeasies.
Yes. Did you find my answer to your liking?
It was very revealing. Hang up.
What?
Jeez, Edna was always a loon. I hope that confession's good enough for Parker.
Next up on our
Lol.
roster, a man who saw the possibilities in pond scum. Welcome, Ernest Philpott.
Thanks, Technique. I'm truly honored to be here today among all you pointy-headed
Ahora puedo coger las algas. Vamos ahí.
I labor in the field of pond scum. Algae, ladies and gentlemen, is a mysterious and
Vamos a llevarnos unas
I don't
pocas.
even like algae cakes, but free samples are free samples.
Yeah. Y bueno, vamos a ir dejándolo por aquí. Así que bueno, like, favorito si os ha gustado y hasta la próxima. Adiós.
Algae cakes, ladies and gentlemen.